Okay, good.
I'm JC Barringer and I went to India. So first impressions, we landed in Delhi and I was so excited to travel. I just love traveling. This is the first Asian country I've ever been to. But as soon as we got there, I realized just how big Delhi was. The population is 16.8 million people, which is twice as many as New York City. And you really feel it. You go outside and there's things moving in every corner of every direction. Pollution, because of that, was also really bad. But I was pleasantly surprised that English was relatively prevalent. Almost all the signs for the businesses were in English. Even in the airport, the words would be in English with Hindi underneath them, which I was really not expecting. Then we got to Dharamsala, which is in the mountains in the north. It was so different from Delhi. The population was very small. It was a rural market town that we stayed in. Lots of open space. The pollution was not nearly as bad. You can see beautiful mountains. This is actually our view from our host house. And we all became friends so fast. After a week, I felt like I knew them for a couple of years. One thing that was really surprising though was the amount of animals on the streets. I really think that you could give every person in college 5 dogs and there'd be a couple of thousand dogs left in that city. And the cows roam the streets too, and cows are holy in India. So the most you can do is give them like a slight honk and tell them to get off the roads. But other than that, they do whatever they want. So for the volunteering, the 2 volunteer projects that I was involved in was teaching in schools in the slums. The schools, they were a lot more structured, but I thought they were a lot more challenging. The kids had such a mob mentality where if one kid got a crayon, they would all run up and try to steal the crayons. If they wanted to go to the bathroom, they would all go to the bathroom. In the slums, it was behaved. There were actually much more things stolen from the school than from the slums, which you would not expect. But they loved Uno. The only reason they did any work was because they got to play Uno afterwards. So like Billy said, about week 5, we came to a point with a lot of problems we were having, and after we kind of talked them out a little bit, we all needed to decompress a little bit. So a handful of us went to Goa, which is in the very south. It's beaches, it's near the equator, it's very warm. It was 80 degrees in December. They actually had hamburgers there, which is so bizarre. I didn't think they would ever have hamburgers anywhere in the country. And while we were there, we cooked a Thanksgiving meal. But unfortunately, while we were cooking that Thanksgiving meal, we cooked potatoes in a pressure cooker, and it did not decompress enough, and through arrogance, I ripped it open, and it exploded. The pressure hit me in the chest, it burned my forearm, gave me 2nd-degree burns in my foot. So it was a little bit of a rough Thanksgiving, but I was still blessed to share with all my friends that I had made. And this is just us. No more. And it actually was the Dalai Lama. We bumped into him at the tiniest airport in probably the whole country. He just walked in with a crowd of maybe 10 people and just walked in like he was an everyday Joe.